Hello and welcome back to another video. Today it's about how to drive at Spa in wet conditions. I decided to do this because of today's race at Pitskill IO, the 2-hour spooky Spa with a big grid where it's gonna be lots of chaos. And I realized there's a lot of new drivers that have probably issues driving in these conditions. Maybe never driven in a very wet Spa and stuff like that. Don't know about the puddles and everything that is there. So I'm just gonna give you a few tips to consider. So first of all, get your pressures right. The target for the wet pressures is 30 psi, but the optimal is like between 29.5 and 31. The temperatures should be around like between 40 and 70 degrees, so it's colder than the dries. And if you maintain that range, you're quite good off. What else should you take into account? Some setup changes, obviously. I'm not gonna go into the details of how the setup should look like, but the most important, run higher wing. Like for example, in dry conditions, I run here with the Ferrari like 3 or 4 wing. Now I'm running wing 8 from 12, which is the maximum in the Ferrari. What I also changed, which is a bit weird, but hear me out, or at least test it, I reduced the ABS, reduce from 2 to 1, so I don't get that many lockups. Or rather, not lockups, but ABS activations, so to say. And yeah, the TC can, in the Ferrari at least, pretty much stay the same. If it's very wet, I will up it a little bit, but not too much. And yeah, let's start the lap. So I brake a little bit earlier for T1. As you see, I had TC4 for the last corner and the first one. Here I put third gear if it's quite wet, like now, or more. Otherwise you could be in fourth gear. What I like is to shift into fifth before this puddle, so I don't get too much spin. So the puddle of the pit exit is really critical. Here brake earlier, way earlier than on dry conditions. Like this corner is probably the one that you have to brake earlier. The rest is pretty much similar braking points, I would say. Maybe a little bit earlier, but not too much, because you're also slower. Like, of course, for the same speed, you need to brake earlier in the wet, but you also arrive to the corner with less speed, so it's not that difference. What is important when you brake, never brake on the curbs. Like, don't touch them while braking. Puon, brake earlier also. This is just, you cannot go as fast. And don't try to force full throttle. Like you see in my inputs, I was like 80% throttle, adjusting the throttle to the grip I have. A little bit same here, like don't try to pin it on the throttle and just be sliding around. This puddle is super tricky. Try to not be braking. There's a puddle. You barely notice it. I'm gonna, actually in the next lap, I'm gonna trail brake on that puddle so you can see it. Here, there is another puddle. I'm gonna show it to you actually. If you go like here, outside, there's some sort of puddle that puts you off. I think when it's really wet, it happens. So next lap, I'm gonna show you how to do it properly. Like keep it tighter to the inside. The braking point here is kind of similar to the dry, but it's very tricky. It's just kind of similar because you arrive at much slower speed. Like you cannot do Blanchimont flat out, so that's basically the reason. Oh, I brake a little bit too late here. See, I missed the apex. The wet is pretty much like every race you do in the wet is different. There's different levels of grip, so you need to adjust on the go and see how it is. So rather be a bit slower at the start and adjust your driving than try to be on the limit already since the start. So again, we're gonna brake earlier than usual here, than the dry line for this corner. We can still take some curbs on the inside, just not on the braking. I did a little bit of braking here to help the rotation. Oh, I was in TC8. No touching of the outside curb there on the braking, it will spin you off, but the outside you can take. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. Brake early, turn, not full throttle directly because you will spin off. You see, I had a little bit of oversteer because I had too much throttle there. Here there's another paddle on the braking, so be careful with that. Just don't turn too harshly, or like keep it as straight as you can on braking. Okay, so watch out, this paddle here. I'm braking. Oh, it just puts you off. So brake early and release the brakes when on the paddle. Oh, that corner here. So this is the line you should take, like keep it tight here, keep it tight, and then you can open up a little bit. Slide tap of the brakes, 4th gear. I still reduced the TC for this last corner. That was a bit too early, but better careful than too fast. It's still... And I think these conditions are not as wet as they could be. Right. And then, for example, when you're in the middle of the race and you're not sure, say, okay, well, let's try, maybe I can try to keep it in 4th gear. So you brake still, but you keep it in 4th. And yeah, kinda the delta goes red, so apparently it's not dry enough to do it. But we keep going. Our pressures look good, 30.1. So this should be all good. I think taking a little bit less of curb there on the inside is better. Taking all the curb on the outside, that's fine. If you see my braking, I use full braking at the beginning, but then go releasing quite early, because I noticed, like, you can hear it, the ABS kicking in. So that's your kind of indicator that you are braking too much and actually not reducing as much speed as you would want to. If the ABS kicks in, you don't have as much performance. Oh, oversteer, oversteer. Okay, we're gonna do this correctly now. Release on the puddle. Accelerate out. Oh, a little bit of wiggle there. That didn't help. Right. Let's see if we can do this a bit faster. accelerate earlier. Yeah, we did gain a little bit of time on exit, but I had to reduce the TC on exit there. So I think it's not as wet as it could be. Like I experienced it flooded. And then you really need to yeah, take care there. I think we're gonna finish this lap. Try to do, yeah, maybe we can achieve a low 35. Oh no, let's see. Yeah, so definitely better with third gear there. Oh, the puddle, you see? Keep it calm, keep it straight, don't overcorrect there. Just lift a little bit if needed, if you feel like you're about to lose the car. That puddle is a bitch. And remember again, this corner for this first chicane here, you have to brake and much earlier than on dry conditions. Oh, I broke too late now. And yeah, carry less speed through the corners basically. Just no sudden movements of the steering, that's very important. Try to keep like the angle of the steering as smooth as possible and play with the throttle. Like adjust with the throttle. And brake also. You can, if you brake a little bit, we'll turn more. Oh, that. Also expect, like, if you go on the curb, you can do that, but if you're turning a little bit too much, you will spin. So that's, just keep it in mind. Like, you can take the curbs on exit, but take it a bit too much, or like with the throttle too pinned, so to say, and you will spin out. Okay, can we brake a little bit later here? Just about. See, but it's about testing a bit, like start, but look at how much time we gained. So yeah, 34.8, nice. All right, let's go to something else now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some other, oh yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go to game mode, exactly. So we're gonna do a quick race. I just wanna have the start. Well, to be fair, let's do the same time, race length. I'm just gonna put 1 hour so everyone has the same fuel. And starting position, yeah. Just from, we start from 10, opponent count, aggressiveness, skill, yeah, single make, disabled, what's that? Oh, it was duty 4. Okay, all duty 3. So we mimic this, and let's see, formation lap, last corner, right, perfect. This should be good. Because I want to show you how it is to drive behind cars where you can see shit. Like, you basically need to take super much extra care. I'm gonna load again my wet setup. It's hotter. This is a shame. Okay, I'm gonna actually restart this because I had this dynamic weather activated. I'm gonna restart it because I want more rain. It wasn't rainy enough. I want to have it a bit more crazy. Still not good. Still not good. Let's see. Let's try again. Otherwise, maybe I just, yeah, reduce the randomness and put more rain or something. I don't know. This is what is this shit? It was raining much more before. Okay, let's adjust the weather. No variability, more rain, more cloud cover. Oh, it's like thunderstormy.
Alright, conditions are wet. We have some
Oh,
slippery
wow,
ground, so
okay,
just watch out
right.
for your braking distance.
This I like. This I like. Because it's raining more, I'm gonna up a little bit the pressures. Maybe even 2 clicks. So basically the pressures for the wet is not that dependent on temperature, but more on wetness. So the wetter it is, the higher pressures you need.
Go in double file.
And the drier it gets, the less pressure you need. And it varies, like, it can be from super wet to light rain. It can be like 1.5 or 2 psi, so it's super crazy. Look at this, and we haven't even started. So this is how it will look like in a race. Imagine this is starting from P10. What is this? Okay. Okay, this is a bit weird because the starting speed is like, I don't know. I need to start in second. Well, just keep it safe.
Green light, go, go, go.
Okay, in this case, I will just, okay, I don't see, oh God. Okay, the AI takes weird lines. If you need, cut this corner. Don't be afraid of cutting the corner there if you need to avoid. All right. We are alive, but we're boxed in, so we lift a little bit. Expect cars to brake early. Brake early, adjust, don't need to brake fully. Adjust your braking, your speed.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Okay, we're clear on the left. Made one position. We still don't see shit. Okay, so here I braked a little bit too late for how wet it is. And remember, we have fuel for 1 hour. So, yeah, this is... Okay, what do we do here? We don't see. Don't go for the move yet. This is too risky. Like, don't try to get people on braking zones. That's super risky. Okay, this yeah. He moved away, so I was lucky. I think maybe in an online race, this going for the inside there could have ended badly. To be fair, I'm not used to, like, these cars, the AI is weird to drive against. Like, they have weird reactions. You cannot really predict them. They're like, what are you doing, dude? Okay, so now I'm compromised. Now I have the line with the puddle. I needed to lift a little bit. Brake to 4th gear. Yeah, we got him. Oh God. Okay, sorry, guy. Sorry, my bad. This is also you need to take into account. I slightly tapped him, 1/10 of damage. Poor Honda. Okay, I thought I braked too late, but actually they broke too early. You still want to try to keep your braking markers on site. Which something that is weird is that, for example, look at my pressures. Now they look a little bit higher. It's wetter, theoretically, but they are higher than before. So why is that? It's because there are actually more cars on track. So there's a dry line forming. And this is only 10 cars, imagine with 82. So this is something you also need to take into account. lower your pressures for the same level of wetness when there's cars on track. God, there will be a dry line forming that will make it as if it was drier. Yeah? So you need to lower the pressures in that case. All right. Let's see, we're P6. I mean, I think we can get to P1, can we? Like last first challenge. Just had a slight contact with the Honda. I do think they braked super early, but to be fair, this is something you need to expect. When there's, in the rain, there's cars in front, you have to brake earlier already because it's raining, but then you also have cars in front. And especially if they're battling and stuff. So you have to expect them to brake earlier than usual. And also, yeah, this moving under braking, I hope no one does it to me in the race, because this was nasty. I had the gap and then he closed it on me on exit. That's not cool, Lexus. That's not cool. Neubauer, dirty AI drivers. Okay, let's go for the Nissan. We see all up to P1. P1 is there. Almost there. Probably just need... yeah. How many laps? Like, I say we get the Nissan and the Lambo this lap. On the slipstream, we're gonna show the nose, but still brake early. Because we don't know how they're gonna react. Like, showing the nose is good, like maybe they do outbrake themselves, trying to defend. Oh man, they do have weird lines. Oh god. It's hard to overtake because of the unpredictability. Oh god. No! See? Yeah, usually with that pace difference, it should be easier to overtake. But it's just... I can't. They just block your lines. Look at this. Don't do this. Like, don't go into a braking zone and just put your car in front of the car behind and slow down. That's not the way to go. Okay, so maybe we don't get the Lambo. That's very unlikely, but at least the Nissan. They're just super slow through this sector. See how I get to TC3 just to get a proper exit. Look at my pressures. They're 31, but it's raining quite a lot. So this is very interesting. Also will help me to adjust the pressures, because yeah, the pressures I had driving alone, they were just good. Okay, look at this. I changed or shifted to third, and I was on the rev limiter. So that indicates me next lap staying fourth. Where's my braking point? Whoa, I braked a little bit on the curb. Okay, come on, Lambo. Let's do this. I don't know why they go like what?
on the left.
Okay, thank you.
on the left.
Like, oh, I didn't know in the radar if it was gonna stick the car. They do weird stuff indeed. Like that corner, they just open the door, like send an invitation with flowers and everything. I mean, yeah, also in the wet, I would say if someone overtakes you, don't like, I wouldn't battle it too hard or make it super difficult for the car overtaking you, because they might make mistakes and take you out. So unless it's like, yeah, last laps and stuff like that, and you say, no, I really want to cling on this position, and the car behind is not actually like 2 seconds faster than you, or clearly faster, yeah, I would just make it easy, let them go, and not create dangerous situations. Okay, so I know here they brake super early. Oh god, I didn't expect that early. But luckily, I did brake early. Okay, so knowing that the AI, like, know your opponents. I know they brake early here too. So, oh god. What the fuck, dude?
Clear on the right.
It's like battling.
On the right.
What happened there? I think he just decided to not let me go and try to pit maneuver me. That put me off a little bit, but we're almost there. Shift before the puddle. Oh god. Yeah, keep your calm. Expect the puddle. The puddle will always be there, so it will put you sideways, definitely. Brake early, especially behind the car, and just release earlier if you notice you brake too early. But better to adjust the braking, like to be able to adjust the brake, releasing it, than actually needing to brake more and not being able to, because you're already on the limit and locking up, ABS and stuff. So it's very important to not fully use your braking power on the wet, so you can actually adjust to your needs. Okay, are we going for a move? Is he gonna let us?
Clear on the right.
Okay. Ooh, that was close. I was keeping an eye on the radar the whole time. If I have space, don't go for a move if you think they still, or like don't put your car in front if you see that there's still a bit of an overlap, because it will just destroy you. All right, well, we're P1, we can park it now. Let's finish this lap and call it a day. Guess the AI is not very experienced in the wet. This was a very good braking here, but risky. Like, if I broke 1 meter later, that would be, yeah.
Fastest lap of the race, man. Good job.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what? Ah, yeah. All right. So I'm gonna leave it here. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. And anything you want to know, leave it in the comments. If you need coaching, I also offer coaching. I'm a bit picky about the cars. Like, I'm not gonna coach you in the AMG, for example, because I just don't like the car, or any other, but if you want a Ferrari, McLaren, and stuff like that, I can for sure help you. All right, folks, see you next time. Bye bye.